Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash, a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of July, 2015, and this is episode 149. And we're laughing because there's people all around us, and they probably are like, what the crap are they doing? So we are actually today in the Princess Street Gardens here in Edinburgh.
Princess, not princess.
I didn't say princess, I said princess.
It sounded like you said princess.
No, Princess Street Garden. The S's kind of flow together. Gardens. And we're actually at the...
There's more than one.
Yeah. We're actually at the Monument of the Royal Scots. I think that's what it says.
Yes.
There's a thing going all the way around, but we thought these yellow flowers behind us were really pretty, so that's why we set up here. So yes, this episode there is going to be lots of ambient noise because Princess Street is up here in front of us, and there's a zillion tourists shopping, and there's people all around the gardens. We've got benches, and people are eating lunch, and all kinds of stuff, and there's roads, and there's bagpipes. Can you hear them? There was a trumpet a minute ago, but I think he stopped. So we'll try to filter out some of the background noise a little bit, but hopefully you can hear us, and hopefully it's not too distracting.
There's the trumpet.
There's the trumpet guy. So, yeah. And we've taken some pictures, and we'll take some more probably before we leave that we'll put probably at the end, I think. That worked out well last time when we did an outdoor recording. So we'll put some pictures at the end. There's a really pretty flower clock that we passed coming down into the gardens, and the castle is actually just up behind us this way. So we'll take some more photos and get those put in at the end. That was like the longest intro, and I haven't even welcomed them for watching yet. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you. Hey, we're on the wrong side.
Oh my gosh.
No wonder how this feels so weird. I'm supposed to be on that side. She's supposed to be on this side. Oh, very confusing. Did we say we love them? We love you guys. And so welcome back. Thanks. Thanks for coming back, even when we're crazy. And a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. We don't always record outside, but we like to when the weather cooperates, and the weather cooperated today, because we have planned to record outside, like the last 3 weeks, and the weather has every single time. So, today we're outside. Mare, we had a new member introduce yourself. We've got show notes on Damaris' Kindle, so...
Stacy, who is Stacy Marie, 27, from Australia.
Welcome, Stacy. So, Damaris, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do?
Join.
And then what?
Introduce yourself in our introductions thread, and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
You know, and they might be the 1,000th member, because when I looked this morning, we had 995 members. Can we have 1,000 members by next week for our 150th episode?
Maybe.
So if you haven't joined, you should go do it, because you can't win prizes when we do giveaways, and we have a big giveaway coming in August, or win prizes from the cows. So you should definitely go join the group. So now, oops, the screen went away, Mare.
Okay, I'll fix that later.
Well, I need the information to say.
Yes.
Because we have a big apology correction. It's my fault, all my fault. So last week, in the Ask the Geeky Girls segment, we were talking about designers that we thought were up and coming, and we accidentally credited one shawl to a different designer. So I'm going to put pictures on the screen here of the correct ones. So the Divergent shawl is actually by Christelle Nihol. Is that how you would say it? The designer we mentioned, Mindy Ross, actually designed the Dangling Conversation shawl. So I put links to both of those designers and both of those shawls in the show notes, and our apologies to Christelle and Mindy for mixing everything up. Totally my fault. I'm sorry. Did not mean to. Both of your shawls are lovely, and I really like them. Okay, Mare, we've got quite a lot to talk about. We've got stuff kind of piled around us, and hopefully we won't end up with like people coming behind us going, what in the world are you doing? But if we do, we'll just go with it. So I think we probably should get started. So here we go. Is he playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
I don't know. He's playing songs. There's a guitar with him too.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
He was playing, was it The Way We Were Tonight when we were walking over? I think that's what it was. No, I don't know
that song.
You would know it if you heard it.
Wait, you mean The Way We Look Tonight? No, The Way You Look Tonight.
Yes, what did I say?
The Way We Were Tonight.
Okay, well, you know what I mean.
Okay.
I don't know. No, it's not Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I don't know what he's playing now. Okay, so you got that whole introduction before we now talk. What are we really going to talk about?
What's on our needles?
So what's on your needles?
Well, I finished a hexapuff.
Is that really from the Black Rainbow?
I think so. I'm not
Are
sure.
you
though.
sure that's not the yarn I made socks for the hubs out of, the very first pair?
No.
It's not? No. Okay. So tell us about what this is in case
Oh,
they
the
don't know.
pattern is the Beekeeper's Quilt by Tiny Owl Knits, and I'm
Mhm.
using US 4s, 3.5 millimeters.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what else are you knitting?
I'm knitting sample stuff for you.
So what is it that you're knitting?
What did I put in there? Super secret retreat socks for the Geeky Puff and Knit Palooza.
That's in October. And we have a lot to tell you about that in Yummies. So you finished the toe up one,
Yes.
and now you've cast on the cuff down one yesterday.
I finished the cuff.
Okay, good. Is there anything else on your needles?
No.
So can you hold that while I
So
talk
what's
about?
on your needles?
Okay, I gotta see if I can. I've switched some bags around, so it's very confusing. I kept picking up the wrong bag this week. So now in my Doctor Who bag, it's not a design project. It is actually a Christmas stocking that I am almost done with. So this is the Mix and Match Socks by Nancy Lindbergh pattern. I'm using US 8 5mm needles, and I'm using Cascade 220 in Christmas Red, Highland Green, and Gris colorways. So last week I was right here where this is, and so I finished the leg, I put in the waist yarn for the Afterthought heel, and I finished the foot now, so I just need to do the toe and put the heel in, and that will be number 5 of 6 done. That means I'll only have one. Sorry, that really washed us out weird when I held this up weird. I don't know. So this will be done definitely for next week, and the last one will be cast on. I can't wait to be done with them. The next up is my zigzag blanket. I'm getting close to finishing another stripe. Actually, I'll finish another stripe before we record next week. This is the 10-stitch zigzag pattern by Frankie Brown. It's on US 4s, 3.5mm needles, and I'm doing some hand spin right now. So this was where I was last week, and I did 7 zigzags. So I think I have like 3 more zigzags or so to go, and then I will start the new color. And actually what I'm going to do, we decided, is I don't have enough of either one of these to do a whole stripe. These are both from West Yorkshire Spinner's Signature 4-ply in the birds colorways. This one is owl, and this one is blue pheasant. No, blue tit pheasant.
Just pheasant.
I finished blue tit already. See, I'm all confused.
It's all gone.
Owl and pheasant. So I'm going to interchange those and do a stripe with both of them, because otherwise I won't be able to use them in there because I don't have enough of either one to do an entire stripe. Okay, next up, oh my goodness, this one's going to be finished next week too, I think. Fingers crossed and all that stuff. This is my Mamma Mia take, which is from the Mia pattern. Are you crossing your fingers for me? This is from the Mia pattern by Jennifer Wood. It was a nitty pattern. It's free. This is on US 3s, 3.25mm needles, and I'm using West Yorkshire Spinner's Air Valley DK in the Knickerbocker Glory colorway. So I finished, this is really hard to show you guys. I finished all the increases for the gather, and I tried it on and decided to do another about 1.25 inches, just straight with the seed stitch panel part to make it a little longer. And now I am doing the, if I can just hold it up, I'm doing the seed stitch hem on the bottom, and then I have got to figure out somehow how to do the crocheted edging on the neck and armholes. So hopefully I can find a good enough tutorial online to help me figure that out, and then that will be done. And crazily enough, I don't think I'm going to use all the yarn I bought. It said I needed, yardage-wise, I needed 7 skeins of it. Actually 7.5, and I only bought 7, hoping it would be okay. And I'm just at the very end of the 5th skein. So I think I'll be able to finish it with the 6th one. So maybe I'll put the extra one in as a prize in our August giveaway. That would be cool. And then the last thing on my needles right now, I just actually cast it on yesterday, are tube socks, birthday socks for my nephew Waylon, who is the youngest of them, so he gets small ones. I'm using the Tube Socks for Kids by Jane Richmond pattern, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and I'm using the rest. That's not a good representation of the color. It's like a bright, bright color. This is Regia Floromania color in the Neon Beach colorway. So I cast on and did the toes last night, and I've just started on the foot. And I should have enough of this left after doing socks for Lola and Wyatt. I should have enough left to finish to do Waylon's. That's everything that's on my needles right now. So much stuff, so much stuff. So let's move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what projects she finished.
Yes, I finished 2 this week. First up is my weekly preemie hat. This is number 28 for the year. And this is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. I'm on US 6's 4 mil needles, and I use 2 different yarns. The colored stuff is Adriaphil Knit Call in the Cool Colors colorway, and then I put in a stripe of Barocco Vintage in the Oats colorway there, and then I also bound off in Oats, and I did the pom-pom in Oats. So I think it turned out really, really cute. I really like it. And then the second thing I finished are tube socks from the exact same pattern I was just talking about. These are the ones for my nephew Wyatt. So this is a free, I don't know if you can hear the kid yelling. He's very excited to be running up and down the ramp, down into the gardens. This is from the Tube Socks for Kids by Jane Richmond pattern on US 1.5, Regia Floromania color in the Neon Beach colorway. And I love that they're not exact. I think it's fun. Other than I wish the turquoise hadn't started right there on the bind off, but what can I do? So that is Wyatt's socks. And that's everything I finished, but I'll have several things next week. Yep. Exciting times. All right, well, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show. This feels so weird that we're on the wrong sides. I don't know. Yummies. What are Yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies, and you have a lot of Yummies you want to talk about this week.
Yes. So every July, like in the middle of July, I will have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yep. So should I start or should you?
I will.
Okay.
Okay. The trailer for season 9 of Doctor Who came
Not
out.
season 9.
Series 9 of Doctor Who came out, and it's coming on the 19th of September. Why are there so many 9s?
I don't know. Maybe they did it that way. They should have done it. Series 9 coming on the 9th of September.
Well, I don't think the 9th is a Saturday, and Doctor Who is always on a Saturday.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Who do you think the one girl at the end was? The one where he was like...
Maisie Williams?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen some people say Romana. She's another Time Lord.
I've seen some
lady person.
From back in... Which Doctor was she with?
4?
Maybe,
so,
yeah.
I think she was with multiple.
Yeah. I heard somebody say that they thought she was River. I really hope not.
Yeah.
I will not be happy about that. Ooh, the sun just got really bright. Ooh. If we're washed out, which I'm sorry, we can't do much. So, what did you think? Was there anything you think else you want to say about Doctor Who?
The trailer made it look very action-y.
Yeah,
and
I thought so too.
I didn't really like that.
Yeah, it was so hard because they try to cram in so much stuff into the trailer that it's hard to see, so it may look like all action-y, but then when it's actually spread out of the course of the whole series, it's not, there's going to be points of action, but not like the entire thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of hoping, because it's fun to have some of the action stuff, but also it's like, okay, can we have some storyline? Yeah. And Missy's back.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks scary. So we're very excited for that coming in September. There was also a Sherlock special first look coming soon-ish trailer. All this stuff is linked in the show notes. So if you haven't seen any of these YouTube videos that we're talking about, they're all in the show notes. So it says it's coming soonish, which last they said was Christmas. But it's not modern day. It's set, I don't know what yearish.
Victorian 18.
Yeah, something.
Well, if they're going, if they want to really hit a spark of nostalgia, it might be set in 1895 because that's in a poem by Vincent Starrett.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny how. Oh yeah, we're very. Oh gosh.
So sunscreen on.
We were like, we're not going to put on sunscreen because the sun's not out very much. We might need to put some on.
This happened last time.
Because we really don't want to get sunburned again. We'll do it when we break here in a little bit. I don't know if we're yeah. Hello. What was I saying about Sherlock? Oh, I loved how what Miss Hudson was like. She
now
was
they
like,
can't see our face.
No, now we're all like shaded. How weird. Hold on. I don't know. Oh, that's a little better. No, we're oh, sorry. Sorry, this is so disjointed. I apologize.
Maybe next time we should sit under a tree.
Maybe so. So Miss Hudson, she was like, I don't just let people in and feed you. And John was like, I had to grow a mustache, which it was awful mustache. So anyway, that's supposedly coming at Christmas.
It's the canonical mustache.
Yeah. Okay, we got a new game. You're holding it in your lap. Dia Monsters. I think that's how you say it.
Die monsters.
So there's diamonds in it, not real diamonds, but pretend diamonds. And there's 5 monsters, and it's a card game that includes both bidding as well as
poker.
Collecting. Because you have to bid to try to get the monsters, but then you have to earn either a certain number of monsters of the same kind or a certain number of diamonds. And it is for 2 to 6 players, age 10 plus. It takes about 20 minutes for a game. My only complaint about this is, why the heck do we have this massive box for a deck of cards and a bag of diamonds? There is no need for a box this size. They could have done it like in a little soap dish size. Show them all the empty space in here. That's all there is just that right there. These are just empty spaces.
It's for extra decks of cards
Well,
when you want to make things really...
Rebecca, Engineers Falcon from the Fiber and Dice podcast, said it might be in case they do expansions, because then you would have room to put expansions in. But I felt like it was a big waste of space. So, but it is a fun game, very easy to learn, so it'd be easy to teach to friends that are not necessarily big gamers or something. So, Dia Monsters. Okay, so we took a little break because the sun was like bearing down on us, so we took a break for sunscreen. So I got this beautiful ring, and if you want to see a better picture of it, you should go look on my Instagram. It says, I am enough, and it's got a heart on the inside. And I got it from Wonderful Stamping on Etsy. I put a link in the show notes, but I just needed a reminder that I'm enough. So this is my reminder now. So I'm really happy about it, and people seem very interested in it when I posted it on Instagram yesterday. So you can get your own I Am Enough ring to help remind you, because you know what? You are enough. Okay, you want to talk about Comic-Con?
Yes. So Comic-Con was this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so I watched a bunch of panels from it. Okay, so...
Be careful when you say that one, because we are a family-friendly show.
And these are all linked in the show notes. So I watched the Agent Carter panel, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. panel, the Marvel at Nerd HQ panel, which has some not family-friendly language in it, but that's the only one. And Supergirl and Women Who Kick Butt.
Yeah, that one.
And did you watch the Outlander
I watched
one?
part of the Outlander one. I didn't watch all of it. There wasn't really much new information in the parts I watched, so...
So highlights of the panels I watched were that Melissa Benoist, who is playing Supergirl, is adorable.
When that starts in September? October.
October 26th.
Oh, wow, that's a late start.
But the people who were at SDCC got to see the pilot.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. And I guess they liked it?
Yeah. Okay. And, the Agent Carter panel was just amazing. Highlights of it included James D'Arcy switching his and Haley Atwell's name cards. And James asked, can I ask a question? Am I going to get to see my wife? And Michelle Fasikas, who is one of the executive producers, said, yes. Yes. And he was so happy. And the dub smash, the Marvel Television dub smash war of SDCC 2015.
Tell people what that is, because I had no clue what it was.
A dub smash is just a short little video, and it has an audio track, and you just mouth along to it. And
so it's kind of like karaoke?
Kind of. Yeah.
But it's lip singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
anything else about any of the other ones?
At the Nerd HQ one, James Darcy had a Keep Calm and Ask Mr. Jarvis shirt.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute.
Okay, so, and then I watched all of the Lizzie Bennett diaries in 3 days. Yeah, they were really, really good. And now I'm rewatching Emma Approved.
Which is all linked in the show notes.
Yeah. And and now I'm trying to convince myself that doing a vlog would be a good idea. Would be a great idea.
You did a vlog before, but it didn't keep going.
I know.
But you're already doing your Women of the Week thing.
I know.
So that might be enough with the podcast.
Maybe in the new year.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that should be a 2016 project.
Yeah.
After you finish your Women of the Week this year.
Do a vlog a week.
Yeah, that might work.
Find interesting topics to talk about.
Yep, that could work. It's really loud.
Choo choo.
Yeah. Fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we're by the trains too. I forgot to say that, I think.
Oh, the Lizzie Bennett Diaries has the lady from Bones in it. She plays one of the Squinterns.
Which one?
I don't know. She has red hair, and she's starting a relationship with the new FBI guy. I think her name is Laura Spencer. In real life, I don't remember her character's name.
I don't know either.
Yeah, she played Jane.
Oh.
She is adorable. Oh my gosh.
You're crazy.
And Kitty Bennett is an actual kitty.
So what are you going to watch when you finish this one?
Well, they've done a Frankenstein one.
But you haven't read that yet.
Yeah, and a Little Women one, but I haven't read that in ages. Yeah.
So you need to reread those, or you need to read and reread those before watching them. Okay, the screen just went away.
Oh, I turned the thing off.
Okay, so my K9 Says Affirmative sock pattern, Doctor Who inspired, is releasing this weekend. It released earlier in the year, but now it's out of exclusivity. So these are K9's antennae. They're all around with, it says K9 on the toe. I don't know if you can see this at all with the way the sun is.
I can see it.
I'll put a picture up. And it's got a pearled heel. So this sock is almost completely pearled, which is kind of unique in how I design things. So this releases this Saturday, the 18th of July. You are getting an exclusive coupon code just for watching the show. Ooh. So from the time it releases on Saturday the 18th through the following Saturday the 25th, you can get 30% off with the code GGKK9. So Geeky Girls Knit K9. So all capital letters, GGKK9. So that'll start on Saturday. So make sure and take advantage of that because it'll only last a week. And I'm doing things a little different this time where only y'all and my newsletter subscribers get a coupon code. So take advantage of that and get your K9 pattern. This one was one of the hardest ones I've ever designed. And
because it's mostly pearl.
Well, because I had tried several different ideas and nothing was working the way I wanted it to. And so this was kind of like the last ditch effort to figure out something. And it has turned out to be one of my most popular patterns. So I guess it was because I had to put so much work into it to make it work. So K9 will be out this Saturday. Also, the Firefly sock kit that I'm doing with Julia from Pandia's Jewels. Okay, so we're already home and I've changed clothes and everything, but then I just talked to Julia from Pandia's Jewels about the details of the Firefly kit, so I wanted to put it in here so that you would know. So the Firefly sock kit, the information's on my screen over here, that's what I'm looking over here. The Firefly sock kit, which will include yarn from Julia, a sock pattern from me, and goodies, will be, the cost will be $57 US, plus shipping. The pre-order will start this Friday, the 17th of July at 10 a.m. Eastern, and it'll run through Saturday, the 25th of July at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then the kits will ship August 18th. You will be able to order the kit at Julia's website, which is pandiasjewels.com. PANDIASJEWELS.com. I'll put all this in the show notes. So this Friday, if you want to buy the kit, get over there because you'll only have a little over a week to order it, and then it will not be made anymore. So it'll be exclusive for that week only. Yeah. So I'm going to put this into the podcast now, and bye. Is that everything before we talk about the normal stuff?
I think so.
Oh, that was a lot of stuff, y'all. So I'm still doing Stash Dash 2015, which is a knit along with the Knit Girls, and I'm trying to get to 5,000 meters. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Right now I'm at 2,758.7 meters, so I'm over halfway there. My Mia should be about maybe 1,300 or 1,400 meters. Probably closer to 1,300 meters. So that would get me to around 4,000 meters. So I guess it's still possible because I have the Christmas stocking finishing too. And then if I can get the second one done, and of course I've got all my weekly preemie hats. I have Wayland's socks. So I might make it. I don't know. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. So all the details on that knit along are in the show notes. Let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. Tell us about it, Mare.
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day, and we have a prompt list for each month, and you take a look, and you look at the prompt for that day and take a picture related to it and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
Yeah, and this month doesn't really have a theme. We do have some like 4th of July type things, prompts, but mostly it's just kind of normal stuff like recent FO, work in progress, what I'm doing now, etc., colors, numbers, etc. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were the photos. Weren't they amazing?
Yes.
I'm putting another sock on the blocker because we're going to do a photo shoot when we get done.
See it.
You can't see it. It's still a secret. We're going to do a photo shoot when we finish recording the podcast since we're here in the beautiful garden. So, yeah, so it's never too late to join in on hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. Just look at the prompt, take a picture, post it, and be sure to hashtag it, and yours might be chosen next week. All right, Meryl, let's talk about upcoming events. We're going to be attending Yarn in the City, the Great London Yarn Crawl, on Saturday, the 5th of September. We're on Team Camel, so we'll be going to Loop, Fringe, and Knit with Attitude. And I know our team is full, and quite a few of the other teams are full. So if you are interested, you need to go check it out, greatlondonyarncrawl.com.
And now we're going to talk about the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza.
So tell us.
Which is a retreat. You and I and our friend Sam are co-hosting here in Edinburgh from Thursday the 29th of October to Sunday the 1st of November.
Yes. And what's the website?
GeekyPuffinKnitPalooza.com.
Okay, so we had some exciting things happen this week. We have announced that the vendor market that'll be on site at the retreat is going to be open to the public on Saturday the 31st of October from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The cost to get in will be either £3, or you can donate one knitted or crocheted item for charity, which we will be donating to Knit for Peace. So either £3 or a item for charity, and we'll make up some flyers with the address and everything, so that if you aren't able to attend the retreat, you can at least come to the vendor market. We also released a couple of blog posts this week. The first one was one that Sam wrote called A Beginner's Guide to Knitting Retreats, which talks about some of the things you might want to know, things you might have questions about. So make sure and check that out. And then also one of our teachers, Catherine Limer, wrote a blog post on her blog, and then we also shared it through our blog called Holiday Knitting, Knitting Holiday, and she's talking about taking a time away for holiday for knitting reasons. So you can read both of those posts by going to our website, geekypuffandknitpalooza.com. And we have some spots left, but you need to snap them up because they're going to go fast. So make sure and get signed up. If you want to come and you want to stay on site and don't have a roommate, we can help with that. We're going to write a post about that in about a week and a half or so. Or if you know that you don't want to share a room with someone, you could do a non-residential pass, and we are going to give you some recommendations for hotels. Something just flew into the back of my head. A bug, probably, I assume. We're going to do some recommendations for some hotels in the area where you could be on site for everything except for a place to sleep, and then go to a hotel to sleep. So watch for that in the next couple of weeks. Is that everything about the retreat?
I think so.
All right, well, let's move on to the next segment. Do you see the hubs over there? He's taking a picture of us podcasting. He's laughing at us now. He's sitting on a bench over there because he came with us to help us get down into the garden because it's a little bit steep. Okay, what are we talking about, Mary?
So much short. Now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
What are you reading?
Well, since I watched all of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries in 3 days, I kind of forgot to read. Because the Lizzie Bennet Diaries is so good, so I read a lot, and now I am over halfway through Insurgent by Veronica Roth.
Yes, you read a lot because I was like, aren't you supposed to be reading half an hour a day?
They were so good.
I know, but you got to read too.
It's based off of a book.
He's watching us. I'm feeling, we can see you. We should make him come over here and be on the podcast.
Hear him.
You can hear him laughing. We're talking about you. So you, I don't think he's going to come over. Insurgent. So you're over halfway there.
Oh, he's coming over.
He's coming. Uh-oh. We can ask him what he's reading.
Okay. What are you reading?
What am I reading? So I'm still reading my nonfiction book number 7 for the year. Oops, I think I just kicked the camera. Sorry.
No, you kicked me.
Mudhouse Sabbath, An Invitation to a Life of Spiritual Discipline by Lauren Winner. So that's going well. I'm over halfway done with that. I finished rereading the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. So I finished Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And then I read another book. So remember that we did that giveaway for the Amy's Not Dead Yet stuff? He's coming. I'll stop. Do you want to tell them what you're reading?
Yeah.
What I'm reading?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're talking about
come here.
what we're reading and
Come here.
watching.
Yeah.
You can come right here behind us and tell them what you're reading.
Yeah.
They don't want to know what I'm reading.
They might. You might be surprised. Look, there he is. You have to lean in and talk and tell them about what you're reading.
Tell us what you're reading. That's what you're reading.
Say hello.
Hello.
What are you reading?
What are you reading?
What am I reading? I'm reading a lot of things.
Well, what is the thing that you remember most?
The main thing I'm reading right now is a book called The Social God and the Relational Self
Bye.
by Stanley Grenz.
Okay, make sure we put this in the show notes because somebody
Okay.
might want to read it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very good book. It's part of my thesis.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people?
No, that's mainly what I'm reading right now.
Okay. Well, we're
I
going to
think
finish
you better
talking
go
about.
get your seat back.
Yeah, we're going to finish talking about what we're reading and watching.
Okay.
Bye.
Timur's just kicking him out. Okay, so what I was saying was, remember we did that giveaway for the Amy's Not Dead Yet stuff? That it was Doctor Who and Sherlock and Star Trek greeting cards and bookmarks and stuff. Well, she's also an author, and I had no clue. So I am reading her books right now. So the first one that I read is a standalone one called Unboxed by Amy Crook. That's her name. That one is not safe for children, so you can't read it, Mare. I really enjoyed the premise to it.
I made him lose his seat.
Oops. Oh well. There's other benches. So it is a fantasy book, but it's also a gay romance. And so it's not safe for children because it does go into some adult stuff. But I really enjoyed the premise to the book. And so since I finished that one, I'm reading, she's got a series called Consulting Magic. And so I'm reading the first one, which is called The Courtship of Julian St. Albans. Is that how you would just say the name? Right there.
Yeah.
St. Albans. I'm about halfway done with it. And then I know there's a second book in the series. And then there's also like a little short story that goes, I don't know if it goes in between or if it goes after. So that is what I am reading. And we may be doing a giveaway of some of her books later this year. So stay tuned for that. Oh, and the series one is also, sorry, I keep shouting that in your face. The series one is also fantasy gay romance. But thus far, where I am in it, it has not been
not
safe for children, but I don't know because I have not finished it yet. So I need to finish it. He's taking more pictures of us. I don't know why. Anyway, we're watching things on the television. Why don't you tell them what we're watching?
We finished rewatching season 3 and are now rewatching, and for me, first time watching season 4 of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Little Jean-Luc, so adorable.
But it wasn't meant to be.
No.
Oh, lol.
Yeah.
That episode makes me cry.
Yeah, Data's daughter. Oh, I'm so sad. So sad. Okay, and then you and I are watching How to Get Away with Murder, season 1.
We're almost finished.
Oh my gosh, we are. We only got one episode left because we had 2 major marathon days of knitting and watching, and I'm just like, holy crap, what in the world is going on? These people are are mental. So we have 1 episode of that left, and then I'm not sure what we're watching together next.
We can watch the Lizzie Bennett Diaries. I think you will like them.
I might. The Hubs and I are watching Murdoch Mysteries. We finished watching season 5, and now we're watching season 6. And why did I just totally lose names? Murdoch and Dr. Ogden are getting back together. And Crabtree is dating Dr. Grace. And Winston Churchill was in the episode last night. They thought he had murdered someone, but he hadn't.
Why is he in Canada? Didn't he have whatever the diplomatic immunity? Is that the British thing?
This was before all of that. This was like when he was younger.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and then I'm...
Oh, yeah, it's the turn of the century.
Yeah. I'm marathoning season 3 of Arrow. I think I only watched 1 episode this week. I've only got like a handful left of season 3. The Hubs and I are watching season 6 of Rizzoli and Isles as it airs, and we are all watching season 1 of Dark Matter as it airs. It was kind of weird this past week with kind of zombie things. But they weren't technically zombies, but there was some kind of infection that caused them to crave eating flesh. And they kept killing each other.
Nice.
Yeah. That I could have done without. I'm not a big zombie fan. So, and that's everything we've been watching this week. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our June, July, and August summertime, and the living is easy. Cow. So this runs from the 1st of January, the 1st of June.
Whoa.
I know. Through the end of August. What is that, like the 31st?
Yes.
Yeah, the 31st of August. It's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to summer in any way you want. The fallback is...
You made it in the summer.
The sun is like not crazy now. We actually are getting good color. I say that and then watch the sun's going to come right back out. It's behind a cloud. That's why. What about widths, Damaris?
No.
Nope. You have to start at June 1st or later. Double dip in other cowls. That's totally fine. We have prizes. We're not going to talk about them individually since we're recording outside today, but I'm putting a collage on the screen right now of all the prizes, and all in the show notes there is information about all the prizes. What else? You have to be a member of our Ravelry group to enter. You have to post a photo of your finished project in the thread in the group. We'll lock the thread the morning of the 1st of September and award prizes on the next podcast. And you have 30 days to claim your prize if you are a winner, or you forfeit your prize and we'll give it to someone else. All right, Mare, tell us who finished projects this week.
A. Bingham, Ange in the East times 5, Baby Boxer Mom, Bindi J, Evil Twin 2 times 4, Kathy San, Little Angel SG2 times 9.
She's been busy with the drop spindling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looney Hiker times 2, Muzzer Z times 3, Mystery Sower, not Sewer,
No.
Penny Gale, Piper's Mom times 2, POKDEJ, Rue CMC times 3, and Tia and Cat.
Yay! There's been a lot of spinning FOs because it's true to face. Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
Yes, so what
or
is it?
we try to.
Yeah. We don't always succeed, but we try. So what is this week's question, Mare?
This week's question comes from Lindsay, who is Little Monkey's mom, 85, from North Carolina. The question is, I was wondering, when you change colors of yarn while knitting toe-up contrasting heel and blah, 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 blah. When knitting toe-up contrasting heel and toe socks, do you change colors for the heel before or after you start the gusset?
Well, it depends. So one of the easiest ways to do a contrasting toe and heel would be afterthought heels, which I don't prefer because they don't fit me very well. But so you would start at the toe with your contrasting color.
This sock has no heel.
I know, but I'm using it as an example. Because you would start with your contrasting toe color and then change over, and then you would knit all the way to your cuff. If you want a contrasting cuff, you could do that too. And then you can go back in and cut to put in a contrasting color heel, or you can put in as you're knitting the tube, you can put in waste yarn like I did on my Christmas stocking to go back in and pick up the stitches and put in the heel. That's probably the easiest way to do contrasting heel and toe. Now for me, I don't do gussets on my socks.
Oh.
I use a modified short row heel using the wrap and turn method of short rows. And so I start my sock, this is not a great example, but it'll let you see kind of. So what I would do if I were to do this as a contrasting heel and toe, I would do the contrasting toe color, I would knit the foot, and then when I get to, for me, it's 2.5 inches from my ankle bone to the end of my foot. So what you need to do is find where your ankle bone is, measure from there to the end of your foot, subtract that from the total length of your foot. So the total length of my foot is 9 inches. The amount from my ankle bone to the end of my heel is 2.5 inches. So 9 inches minus 2.5 inches is 6.5 inches. So I need my sock to be 6.5 inches long from the toe before I start the heel. So once I got to 6.5 inches, then I would change color and do my heel only on needle 2. And then I would go back to my regular color, do the rest of the leg, and then change and do contrasting for the cuff.
Fascinating.
I know. If you're doing a gusset though, see, that's hard because you're doing in the round typically when you do a gusset. So that could change the whole thing because you're going to end up with your contrasting color on the front of the foot, and you don't want that. So I think you're probably going to have to do either an afterthought heel or a heel that does not require a gusset, like a short row heel, in order to do contrasting color. I think that's the only way that I know of myself to do it. If there's other ways that y'all know of that you want to tell, I'm sorry, I can't remember who asked the question.
Lindsay? No. I don't know.
Damaris turned off the Kindle because it was getting really hot. Yeah, Lindsay. If you have suggestions for Lindsay that we didn't talk about, post them in the episode thread in the Ravelry group, and that can help her. Mare, if people have questions for us, what should they do?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right, and then we will answer them in the order they come in, other than if there's a time-sensitive one, and we'll answer pretty much anything. So go check it out and post your questions. All right, let's move on to the next segment. We made it to the end of the show.
Yay.
hopefully it wasn't too distracting with everything that's going on around here. We hope you enjoyed the outdoor episode, and stay tuned after the ending credits. Is that what they're called?
Yes.
The ending credits for photos. So there's been some people asking for a health update from me, so I'll give you a little quick update. So what has happened is I was doing really a whole lot better in the autumn last year, from summer going into autumn. And then we had winter hit with really bad, sharp winds that caused a lot of pain for me with my fibromyalgia. And I have not still, I mean, winter's been over for how many months, and I still have not recovered from that to get back to where I was in the autumn. So I have seen my my medication nurse specialist at the pain clinic, the chronic pain clinic, and the sun's kind of out again. We have kind of hit the max of medications that I could take, so we're trying a new tactic. So I went in on Friday to an anesthesiologist who works for the chronic pain clinic, and had 12 steroid injections into my back and shoulder and hips. And today is really kind of the first day that I have felt a little more normal after those. I did not react well to the injections. Had worse pain than going in, which they warned me might happen, and it just tired me out so much. I wasn't able to do much of anything over the weekend other than kind of just sit and knit and watch TV. So today is kind of the first day that I feel a little more normal. I can tell a little bit that some of the muscles are relaxing from the injections, which is what you want to happen. The injections weren't to help with the pain. They were to relax the muscles, which in turn hopefully will reduce the pain. So I've had these 12 injections on Friday, and then I will go back in a month for another round of injections, and then potentially a month later for another round of injections. So that's kind of where I am health-wise right now. Thank you, those of you who have asked, and that I know there's quite a few of you praying and thinking good thoughts for me, because you know how tough it can be with this disease. So that is my little mini health update. I hope that helped. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. Feel free to send me a message or post in the episode thread. But that's kind of where I am health-wise right now. So let's do the other announcements. We should still be recording normally. There's kids that are trying to roll down the hill. That's what I'm laughing at. They're kind of right here out of the corner of my eye. We should be recording normally for the next few weeks. Hopefully we'll be able to record outside some more. We are Amazon.com and Amazon.co.uk affiliates. So all the links that are in our website, geekygirls.com, are links to them. If you click through one of our links and then purchase stuff on Amazon.com or .co.uk, we then get a little bit of money back from Amazon for sending you their way. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps the podcast by helping us ship out prizes, which the Hubs shipped out a bunch of prizes yesterday. But also business cards and badges and technology and all that stuff. So, yeah, so if you're going to shop on Amazon, that would be very helpful if you click through us first. And we appreciate those of you who do that. Mare, why don't you tell them where to find us online while I try to move my foot that's asleep now.
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, already Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. So with that, I think we're going to say goodbye. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. We hope your weather is as nice as it is today for us here. And we hope that this weather holds out so that we can record outside some more. We hope you have a great week. Happy knitting, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.